We're really glad that you're back with us because whether or not you bake all year round, it seems like almost everyone does some cookie baking during the holidays. In the magazine, we have some new cookie recipes for you to try, plus so many tips to help you with all of your holiday baking. What we want to show you tonight is our favorite sugar cookie.
And I love this dough.
Yeah, me too.
It is one of the best doughs I've ever worked with because you mix it and you don't have to chill it.
So easy.
It really is. And if you're rolling out some simple shaped cookies, rolling the dough out on a floured board is really easy. But if you're doing something a little bit more intricate, like the snowflakes that we're doing today, use a piece of parchment paper and take just a small ball of dough, roll it out, and then use your cookie cutter, pull that excess dough away. And it's so easy to transfer that cookie right to a baking sheet. When you're using parchment paper, make sure that you're not using wax paper because there is a huge difference between parchment and wax paper. Wax paper actually has a coating that will bake onto your cookies, and one of the more important things is it can actually catch fire in your oven.
So fires are not too cool in the oven, more in the fireplace.
No, not at all. So just use parchment. It makes life a lot easier. And as far as baking sheets go, I really like the sheets that don't have the sides because the air circulates around the baking sheet, browning the cookies absolutely beautifully, and they're easy to remove once you've baked them. And speaking of that, once they're cooled and baked, that's when the fun starts.
So I'm having all the fun over here with the decorating, and let me tell you about the glaze that we're going to use. It's a very simple mixture. It's just powdered sugar with some water, a little bit of corn syrup, and you can use either almond or lemon extract to give you some really great flavor to go with it. Now you divide the glaze into however many colors that you want. So for the snowflakes, we need just a white and a blue, and I've used the neon blue coloring. You can also use the traditional, whichever one you think is prettiest. And I want to use some pastry bags to decorate with, so I have a metal tip along with a disposable bag. And the easy way to fill that is to simply put it into a glass, and the glass will support the bag as you're putting the glaze into it. So that makes it really easy to just pour some of that in, and then you'll be ready to start your decorating. Now there are a couple of ways that you can coat the cookie with glaze. You can see here that I did some outlining of the cookie, and you can use your white bag and do that. Once it's dried, you flood the cookie with the rest of the glaze. But a really simple thing to do is just to take a small spoon, put a dollop of the glaze right in the center, and use the back of the spoon then to just push it around to all the edges. And the glaze will kind of flow to the shape of the cookie, and it really is simple to do and looks pretty when you're all done. So you don't have to make this a hard project, just have fun decorating. Then I'm going to use the blue pastry bag, and I'm going to put some decorations on it. Now because the glaze is still wet, the lines are going to just kind of melt down into the cookie, but I think that looks kind of pretty, and depending on the design you're making, that can add some nice interest. And if you want to make it look marbleized, you can take a wooden pick, just draw through the glaze like this. Now remember, no two snowflakes are alike, there are no mistakes, so you just have fun and be creative and enjoy decorating your cookies. Now one of the other good things about this particular glaze, when it dries, it's actually really shiny, so it looks beautiful, but it's also very firm. So if you want to stack your cookies up, you're not going to mess up all your decorating work. It stays pretty, even if they're stacked up.
And if you want to add another dimension to your cookie decorating, wait till the glaze is completely dry, and then add another layer, pipe on some lines, and just follow the outline of the snowflake and create a really fun design with the icing. And I also love to use the little sprinkles and the little jimmies from Dierbergs Bakery. They really look pretty and add a nice touch to the cookies. One of my favorites is this sanding sugar. It just really adds that final touch to these cookies. Yeah. And they look like someone baked them for you, right?
Right. Now in the magazine we have a picture of these adorable snowman faces, and you'll find the step-by-step directions at dierbergs.com for how to decorate it.
From appetizers to entrees to desserts, we have it all in there, whether you want to make it from scratch like we did, or if you want Dierbergs Kitchen to do the work, and we won't tell on that one.
Sure. You'll also find some tips for wine pairings, including 20 great wines that are under $20. It's all in the Everybody Cooks magazine, along with everything we've shown you tonight. So from all of us at Dierbergs, we wish you and your family a happy and healthy holiday season.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.